Hey guys, my name is Brianna and I'm here with Miss Presley Jane. She just finished eating and she's been refusing to nap this entire day. She hasn't taken more than just a fast 5 to 10 minute cat nap at a time. So she's a little bit cranky, but I wanted to go ahead and shoot this video anyways because she is officially 1 month old today. We made it to the 1 month mark and I'm just really excited to film and check in with you guys because, to be honest with you, this has been one heck of a month and it's been a tough month in a lot of ways, but we have so much to be grateful. We are incredibly blessed with this little girl. So overwhelmingly more positives than negatives, but wanted to make sure I actually commit to doing monthly updates for Presley because I did them with Landon, so I'm always trying to keep everything as equal as I can with the two of them. Okay, so the first thing I'll do in these updates is go through Presley's stats. So today we weighed her and measured her. She is 22 inches long, which means she has gained 3.5 inches since birth, which is crazy. And she is 10 pounds on the dot today. She was 7 pounds 5 ounces when she was born, but when we left the hospital, she was down to 6 pounds 11 ounces. So I was really happy to know that she has gained over 3 pounds back because I have just been nursing, and breastfeeding is definitely something that can be challenging. Even though it's very natural, it comes with its own set of challenges. So I am happy and very pleased to know that she has gained over 3 pounds since we left the hospital from breastfeeding alone. I think that's one of the things you always question is whether or not you should supplement to make sure baby is getting enough. But being a second-time mama, I have been really using a ton of tricks that I learned my first time around to make sure I had a good supply, and I'm gonna shoot a video on that soon. So if you wanna check out that milk supply tips video, make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell clicked so you know when I post that video, hopefully over the coming weeks. And again, I appreciate all the patience of everyone and just how it's been really difficult in producing and editing and getting videos up over the last couple of weeks as we adjust to life with 2 kiddos. Other stats for Presley, she is in size newborn diapers still, but I think we're definitely going to start using size 1 diapers at night, or when we run out of the newborn supply we have, switch to the size 1s that we have that we stocked up on some diapers in advance because I think she's ready for size 1 diapers. But she is going through anywhere from 8 to 13 diapers a day. I keep track of it all in an app called Baby Tracker. So I know that she's having enough bowel movements every single day. And that's also where I keep track of nursing. So she's feeding anywhere from 10 to 13 times a day. We've definitely gone through some cluster feeds, and I think that's evident in the fact that she's clearly had a growth spurt since birth. She also sleeps anywhere right now. It's averaging between 13 to 18 hours depending on the day. Those 18-hour days are few and far between. Again, she's kind of going through a phase over the last week where during the day she's just catnapping, or sort of if we're on the go. When we've been in the car, she's fallen asleep, or if I take her and Landon for walks, which I'm trying to do every single day, she does usually nap. So I try to walk for a good hour just so she actually gets a nap in on the walk. But if I don't get a chance to walk because of the weather or something like that, she's usually only sleeping for anywhere from 5 to 20-minute stretches during the day. And then nighttime, the first stretch, now that Adam's giving her a bottle at night, she usually sleeps for about 5 hours after that bottle, but then the rest of the night I'm still feeding her anywhere from every 1 to 3 hours. So hopefully as she continues to gain weight here, we will see her sleep at night at least increase. We did establish a bedtime routine with her that's either a bath followed by an oil massage, or oil massage then changed into pajamas, reading a book, cuddling, singing some soft songs, and then Adam gives her her bottle. So that's kind of her clue that, hey, it's nighttime, time for these longer stretches of sleep, and that seems to be really working for us well for nighttime sleep, but we're still trying to figure out daytime sleep. So if you have any tricks for how to get your baby to nap in longer stretches during the day, let me know that in the comments. I'd be very curious to hear your tips and tricks. So I get a little bit more of a breather during the day. Just to talk a little bit about mommyhood at 1 month, I think that's the hardest thing for me at this point is obviously sleep deprived from all of the nursing sessions at night that are again 1 to 3 hour stretches. But then it's when my husband goes to work and I'm manning the 2 kiddos on my own, it does just feel like a very long stretch of time without a break on very little sleep. So if I could get her to nap a little bit longer so that I even just have some downtime for myself to, you know, take a shower, relax, catch up on some emails, maybe make an edited video so that I get some of that energy boost back, it would be great. So any tips you have for napping during the day, please share. Some other stats of Presley, she is wearing newborn clothes, but she's been wearing some size 3-month outfits as well. So I think the newborn clothes are likely going to go into the storage bin relatively quickly here, because even the onesie she's wearing today is a newborn one, and I feel like it's already pretty tight on her and just hard to get off of her arms. Some of the things that Presley really likes or shows an interest in is she loves her brother. It is the cutest thing in the world. She does do really well when we're walking or traveling in the car. I feel like my son Landon actually didn't like motion very much, or he'd cry a lot in his car seat, and she doesn't do that. She's really always happy to kind of go in the car seat once we get moving, whether it's the stroller or in the car. She really likes that. She also really loves baths. Now my son, because I'm just comparing her to our first, he did not like baths, and he actually would switch off in phases of hating baths, and then he'd like them for a short stint, and then he hated baths again, and now we're finally in a period of liking baths. But she, every single bath she has been in, is just so gleefully happy and serene and at peace when she's in the bathtub. So I actually really enjoy bath time with her. She seems to be a water baby, and it's funny, she has very long feet. This kid does not have my feet. I've always worn like a size 6.5 to size 7. And I swear I feel bad. I'm like, oh daughter, we're not gonna be able to share each other's shoes except for maybe when you're in like 3rd grade. But really, she has the longest feet and toes. So I'm wondering, maybe she will be naturally inclined to be a good swimmer with these big paddle feet she has. Don't they say that's why Michael Phelps is really such a good swimmer, because he has very long feet and toes? They're almost flipper-like. I don't know. Guys, maybe I do just need to film videos holding her, because she's kind of taking a nap right now. Some of the things that Presley has disliked though, poor Colie, and here, I don't know, I can try to show you guys Colie. Come here. But this is Colie, our doggy. She was my first baby, huh? My fur baby. Here, you can go down. Good girl, Colie. But Colie likes to give Presley kisses. Presley, however, does not like Colie's kisses. Whenever Colie licks her, she just makes a really mad face or turns beet red and starts crying. She is not a fan of Colie's kisses. So lucky for you, Colie, your brother's in love with you, just like he's in love with Presley too. She also has really hated any sort of crinkly bag noises. So a couple times when either my husband was, you know, changing the garbage and you heard the noise of the garbage bag, or we've been eating quite a bit of takeout, some of the brown paper takeout bags crinkling. If she is asleep, she will wake up and be so mad after hearing the noise, like literally jolt awake, have that startle reflex newborns have, and absolutely just be so angry because of that noise. So, and she's asleep. Some of the other fun things that I'm really looking forward to is she has started to smile a teeny bit. She's not exactly smiling back when I smile at her, but she does give smiles, or sometimes if I just like gently stroke her belly a little bit, she'll sort of crack a little half smile. So I'm just looking forward to, usually they say around the 6-week mark is when they start genuinely smiling, besides like a gas or just kind of little half smiles. So I'm really excited when she starts smiling and having a bit more of a personality and interaction with us. Some of the other things I'm just doing with Presley for stimulation is I make sure she goes into the play gym every day, so she's seeing things in a very close distance hanging above her head, since at this age they can really only see 12 to 24 inches even at the longest in front of them. Other than that, it's pretty blurry. And I do try to still read her some black and white board books or show her flashcards or things like that, so she's still getting some kind of visual stimulation up close there. I'm also always just trying to talk to her and interact with her. So when we're walking, I'll tell her the things that I see outside when I'm pushing her in the stroller. Or I kind of try to tell her all the time what I'm doing, what her brother's doing, what we're going to go do as a family that day, anything like that, so that she's hearing conversations and language, because newborn brains soak all of that stuff up. And one of the favorite things that we do with her just at this stage that my son clearly remembered from when he was a newborn, which is so, so cool, is I do these leg exercises with her. They also can help if they have gas, but basically you move their feet, and I kind of say walk, 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 run, 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 run. So like move their feet faster when you say run. But my son remembered it, and he always comes up and tries to help me do that little leg exercise with her when we're having sort of play mat time or tummy time. She also is extremely good at lifting her neck and her head during tummy time. I think, lucky for her, her brother had a huge head. He was always in like the 98th percentile head measurement, but I think she's right in the 50 percentile range at this point. At least she was when we went to the doctor's last. So she's actually able to lift her head relatively well when we do tummy time. Tummy time isn't full of tears like it was with my son when we had him. As far as me this month, it's definitely been a hormonal, emotional roller coaster, just to be perfectly honest. I am so, so happy to have these two kids. Seeing them together and how sweet they are when they interact just makes me so happy, but the sleep deprivation is really, really hard, and me and Adam have to rely just a lot on each other, which can be really hard when you haven't had a lot of sleep and you're overly emotional and hormonal. At least for me, I feel like I'm acting super needy lately, which also just psychs me out, because normally I'm very independent. Like, I like to do things myself. I don't like asking for help. And I've really needed to take a step back and say, like, I need a lot of help right now. So that, I think, has just been hard for me, both mentally, emotionally, to sort of deal with the fact that I feel super needy these days. But I'm super appreciative of Adam for everything that he does when I know he's low on sleep too, and low on energy, just to try to make sure that we're both making it through this phase, which for the most part is full of cuddles and snuggles, and she is just so sweet and tiny, and I cannot believe how much she's already grown in this last month when I reflect on it. It's just crazy. And other than that, I am around 134 pounds, which I think I was at the 1 week update as well. So haven't lost any more postpartum weight, despite the fact that I'm walking and trying to be as active as possible. I'm really looking forward to the 6-week checkup, where hopefully I get the clearance that I can do some more intense workouts. I still am spotting a bit, so still going through postpartum recovery, but overall I feel this recovery feels a lot better than my first with my son, because I had torn so badly with him, and this go around it was a lot easier recovery. And I thank the Lord for that, because now that I have one that I'm chasing around and her, it's so much better that I can be more physically active with the two of them than what I was with my first. And with nursing, I really am trying to eat a good diet so that my supply stays really strong with her. So I am pumping extra to kind of have on storage for when I go back to work in 8 weeks now. I'm not going to stress out over the fact that I still have 12 pounds to lose to reach my pre-pregnancy weight. More than anything, I hope I just sort of tone up and start fitting into certain clothes better again once I can do some more workouts here. And until then, I'll just continue walking and moving around as much as I can. Okay, well, that is it for Presley James 1 month update. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.
Come close now, whisper a secret, a story about a girl. No, you don't